Bird messengers and the buff guy, signs waiting to be found. Date of synchronicity, August 28th, 2025. Date of sharing, September 14th, 2025. I often receive guidance from Michael in ways that seem random at first, but later reveal themselves as pure magic. When I sat down to prepare this video, I actually had 2 synchronicities in mind that I could share. One was about the last time I celebrated his birthday, before leaving our old home. The other was about a miniature buff guy. I was leaning toward telling the birthday story. But then, Michael and the universe redirected me with a series of signs that made it clear this was the story I needed to share. And I trust there's a reason. Maybe it's because you needed to find this video today, September 14th, 2025, and to hear about something that happened on August 28th, 2025. That's how synchronicity works. It's not just about the event itself, but about the right message meeting the right person at the right time. Even your choice to press play is part of the orchestration. It began with the birds. Yesterday morning, a friend randomly asked me about Manju and Mochi, Michael's crimson-chested conures. That same day, a northern cardinal came to visit me, landing in just the right spot for me to notice. I felt the bird sign so strongly, almost as if a message was circling around me, waiting to land. Later that afternoon, as I searched through my photo albums, I stumbled across this picture of Michael beside a bird. The thread was unmistakable. Birds had become the messengers, carrying guidance about the video to share. August 28th, 2025. Right after I finished practicing Qigong outside in the back of a friend's house, I approached the outdoor table set. Since the grass was wet, I went to grab a chair, and that's when I noticed something tiny on the table. It was a miniature buff guy, muscular, toned, and worn down from being out in the elements. Of all things, it looked like Michael. The timing was uncanny because just the night before over dinner, I had been sharing stories about Michael's gym days, how strong and big he was at his peak, how he managed to keep his muscles even when we weren't consistent at the gym, and how much I loved touching and squeezing his arms, shoulders, and chest. And here's where the synchronicity deepened. When I asked my friend, the owner of the house, about the little figure, she told me it had been sitting there for months. She had no idea where it came from. It didn't belong to them, and they don't even have kids. A miniature figure, barely over an inch tall, had simply appeared and stayed there, waiting. When I shared the story of the synchronicity with her, she said something that stopped me in my tracks. It was waiting for you to find it. Through the cardinal, through Manju and Mochi, through the Macau photo, and finally through this miniature buff guy, Michael reminded me, magic lives in the random. And here is what I want you to know. When you acknowledge these synchronicities, instead of brushing them off as coincidence, they will begin to happen more often. The more you honor them, the more the universe responds, and your life will start to feel truly magical. You might be asking, but how do synchronicities really impact my life? The answer is, they provide guidance. Once you're tuned into the rhythm of synchronicities, you'll find that your life begins to flow. Decisions feel clearer, timing feels aligned, and the sense of being supported grows stronger. And sometimes, the guidance isn't just for you. A synchronicity or hunch that may seem random to you might actually be the confirmation that someone else has been waiting for. Think about it. You might feel randomly pulled to go to a store even though you don't really need anything. But maybe the reason you went wasn't for you at all. Maybe someone there needed a sign. And perhaps the shirt you wore or the kindness of your smile became their confirmation. That's why nothing is ever random. Every sign is connected. Every synchronicity is part of a larger orchestration. Even this video you're watching now is a synchronicity. For me, this was Michael saying, "I'm here. I'm in the laughter. I'm in the memories. And sometimes, I'm even in a tiny buff figure waiting on someone else's table just for you. If this story touched you, or if you've experienced synchronicities of your own, I'd love for you to join me on this journey. Please subscribe, like, and share this channel, especially with friends or loved ones who might be needing a little guidance or hope right now. You never know. This could be the confirmation they've been waiting for, and I'd love to hear from you. Share your own signs and synchronicities in the comments below. Your story may be the spark or the sign someone else has been waiting for.